Baweep, Grana, Weep, Nitty Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist. Welcome to the weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream here on my channel. We are streaming live on Twitch, so welcome to everybody who's over there in the chat. Bruticus, Overwatch, Big D, Arrow DJ Hart, Optimus Prime, C. Taylor, Gloka Hotshot, welcome to everybody. I do not know why it says that, Arrow DJ Hart. Sometimes you gotta hit refresh on Twitch. Yeah, and welcome to everybody who's watching the replay on YouTube. If you want to catch us live, we're over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Engineer Hoist. First Monk is here also. So interesting today. This is not the only Transformers Earth Wars stream today because the official stream happened earlier today. They're taking the day off tomorrow to go watch Star Wars, which, lucky, some of us still have to work on Thursdays. But the good news is we learned some things in that stream that we can talk about. I don't think it's a whole lot more than what we found in the newsletter, but we do have some stuff to talk about. We learn about the abilities for Red Alert and Runamuck. I also have Red Alert in my test account, so we'll be giving him a test run after we get through the news slides. And we'll just move on. So how about we just go ahead and get to it? Let's get to the Transformers Earth Wars news. This weekend's event is called Gone Ballistic. And does this work? No, I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Take part in this weekend's event to win the MICRONUS Prime Avatar. Woo! They haven't given them to us all yet, so we just got to deal with it. We're going to get these avatars until they're gone. So just accept it. But you can also win up to 10 million Energon and Alloy, which goes into your inventory, which can be very nice. Up to 5,000 premium shards, which is 5 premium crystals. Up to 2,000 3-star shards, which is 1 3-star crystal. And up to 700 4-star shards, which is not a whole crystal, but it may get you close to completing one. You can also win up to 20 blue Kremsleek boosters, which is why we've got the little blue Kremsleek over there on the screen, and up to 7 frozen spark crystals for a chance at up to 10,000 spark each, and those come from the higher tiers beyond like 15,000. We'll cover the point values here in a second. So this weekend's event is an individual event. It starts at the usual Friday, ends at the usual Monday start and stop times. There's just one big long prize board. There's no prestiges and triple XP during this event. How do you participate? Well, you got to be headquarters level 4, just like you always do to battle in every event. And since it's an individual event, you don't even have to be in an alliance. It's the success or failure. Failure is probably the wrong word, but how well you do in the event this weekend is entirely up to you and the effort that you choose to put into the game. And, if you choose to not put any effort into the game because you got things to do like last-minute shopping or something, or wrapping or something like that, this is a good weekend to do that because then you don't have to worry about your alliance mate saying, hey, you're not pulling your weight, we're going to demote you, or anything like that. So it's nice to have an individual event every now and then. And within game, you guys know how to play the events. Battle zones are the standard battle zones. Totalizer prizes. This is one of the things I like about these avatars that they're doing now. They've realized that it's not a big deal, but they still got to get through them. So that's why they give it to you at 100 points. Basically, you win a battle or two, depending on which zone that you choose. You're going to get your avatar. Let's go back to these zones. So if you win a battle in zone 10 or higher, that first battle, you get your avatar. So to get it right out of the way real quick, I did see a comment from somebody saying they liked it when it was a little bit higher, so you can kind of gauge how well other people were doing. And I get that, but again, it's an individual event. This is supposed to be the weekend off from any kind of alliance shenanigans. So I think it's good to kind of get rid of that little metric so that if you do want to take a weekend off, they're not going to say, hey, I don't see that MICRONUS Prime avatar. You know, where are you at? It's an individual event, dude. Get off my back. But yeah, so 100 points, you got your avatar, and you can move on. But you also, by 1,750, which is an easily achievable score for most players, you'll have enough premium shards for 5 crystals. Get to 4,500. Again, not that difficult, even if you put in a small amount of effort. The lower level, you might find 4,500 be a little bit of a grind. But if you can get there, you get a 3-star crystal. People are asking about, how do I get more bots? How do I get the free bots? They never give out free bots. Dude, this weekend, you score 4,500 points, you get a free 3-star crystal. Free bots are available, but you got to work for them. They don't just give them to you. 7,500 points, you get all of the alloy. By 8,500 points, you've collected all of the available 4-star shards. 10,000 points gets you the Energon. And at 15,000 points, you will have collected all 20 blue Kremzeeks. And again, multiple levels. You don't have to get to 15,000 and then you collect 20 blue Kremzeeks. All along the way up to 15,000, so you're getting a Kremzeek here, a Kremzeek there, another Kremzeek over there. There's Kremzeeks everywhere, but you don't get to 20 until you get to 15,000. And then beyond 15,000 is when you start getting these Frozen Spark Crystals, up to as many as 7 of them, and up to a maximum of 50,000 points. Now, for an individual, that's a lot of points, but there are some people who can easily do that, and and there's a few people who even say, "That's it, that's low. That's a weekend off for me." But hats off to those people. Well, I've got my headphones on, so I can't literally do that. But anyway, I've never scored. The most I've scored is about 24,000. That was nothing but Earth Wars weekend. Fun though. Okay, so what's in these Frozen Spark Crystals, you ask? Well, there it is right down there. I can never get used to this reversed monitor here. But yeah, so you can win either 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 spark from each of these 7 Frozen Spark Crystals. It is an equal drop chance for all 3 of them. So there's your spark. Somebody was just asking, how no spark in this event? Well, yeah, but you got to start scoring over 15,000 points. I think the first one drops at 20,000. So, and you don't get, they've been very generous with spark in many events. Sometimes some events you get a lot of spark but no energon and alloy. This is one of those where it's the opposite, where you get a lot of energon and alloy but no spark through the normal totalizer. But they do have it available in these extra crystals. And there's a picture of the MICRONUS Prime avatar for anybody who's interested and doesn't know what the MICRONUS Prime insignia looks like. Pretty sure that's MICRONUS. I didn't verify it, so if I'm wrong, just yell at me in the chat. Say, Hoist, what are you talking about? What are you thinking about? But I'm pretty sure that's MICRONUS. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Red Alert over here. So we've got Grand Galvatron says he loves collecting avatars. See, there are people out there who do like collecting the avatars. I personally, I do like to collect them. I haven't got them all. There's been a few that I didn't get, and I am a little bummed that I didn't get them. But I do like, even though I don't change my avatars much, and if they ever bring a Hoist into the game, I will never change my avatar again after I put the Hoist on it. But I do like the avatars. I do like seeing them. I mean, it's still art. It's still Transformers artwork, and I do like that. Anyway, Red Alert is on the screen. We saw his bio last week, but we'll go ahead and read it again. Red Alert is the best security director ever, and it's largely down to the sheer levels of paranoia that are part and parcel of this hair trigger Autobot's makeup. Nothing, not even the faintest whiff of exhaust residue or whisper of ignition circuitry escapes his attention, and everything and everyone is a potential threat. Dedicated, driven, and very fast, Red Alert nevertheless makes others edgy around him, concerned that what he sees as trenchant and necessary is just plain rash. So there you go. And they did confirm in the stream that this red alert is indeed based on the Siege red alert. We showed off the Masterpiece red alert last week because I didn't have because I had my Siege red alert put away. But so there is the Masterpiece red alert, complete with his glitch sparks there on his head. And here is the Siege red alert. So you can see how they compare, and they're pretty close. I mean, we've got the red thighs here on the Masterpiece, which I think is a little bit more in line with the cartoon aesthetic, but we got the white ones here on the Siege. But other than that, they're pretty darn similar. And of course, missing the shoulder cannon on the Siege. But as we discussed last week, there are some third-party add-on kits where you can add that. So let's see. K-Man King Draco says, I put my Earth Wars profile as Skylinks because of my name and my YouTube channel name. Go check it out. A nice promotion, dude. where are we at? Okay, there we go. There we go. Next up is a Runamuck. A two-lane terror, Runamuck likes nothing more than to scream down the highway, often against the flow of traffic, and see who blinks first. His freewheeling, frenzied approach scatters friend and foe alike to the four winds, as they know that if it comes to a head-on collision, Runamuck won't flinch. To relax and unwind, Runamuck likes nothing better than to curl up in a junkyard or auto-wrecking plant. His friction rifle increases the kinetic energy of the target's molecules, and any subsequent motion on their part is most often incendiary. It does sound like the Stunticons, doesn't it, Bruticus? It does sound... He would be good friends with the Stunticons. Alright, so we're back over here to the camera. There's the Transformers Collectors Club version of Runamuck that we saw last week, and I'll switch back and forth so you can see there is the in-game model. You can see it's pretty darn close. I mean, especially if you look at the feet. We're going to bounce back and forth there. So you see the feet, how the feet are, and then how the feet are on this guy. Clearly, they're basing it on this guy because outside of the G1, there's not many Runamucks out there going around. Although, interestingly, after we took a look at him last week, I got a notification from TF Source that one of my pre-orders is in, which is an Iron Factory version of Runamuck and Runabout, which is based on their Sunstreaker. I haven't shipped them yet because... I'm waiting for free shipping. And speaking of Runabout, there is a Transformers Collectors Club version of Runabout. We should be seeing this guy soon. They confirmed as much on the stream today that, yes, indeed, Runamuck will be joined by his brother, Runabout, but not right away. There will be other bots. There's other bots in the pipeline between Runamuck and Runabout, but Runabout is indeed going to come at some point. So Optimus Prime says he loves the orange and white color. Yeah, I did think about it. He's like a creamsicle. So if you're a fan of like creamsicle, popsicle, cold treats or whatever, then you probably like the coloration there on Runamuck. Thrust, it's a pretty good chance that Thrust might be in between these two guys. They did not refer to them. They did not mention Thrust at all in the stream. They didn't mention any of the other bots coming, as you might expect, because they tend to play things pretty close to the vest. But they did confirm that Runabout would be coming at some point. And so here is their ability. They both share the same ability as they usually do, but in this case, not only do they share the same ability, it's called the same thing and it has the same icon, so it's able to get it all on one screen. It is called Speed Run. You give your allies either 20%, 30%, or 40%. That varies depending on the star level, I am sure, with 20% being the 2-star and so on and so forth. You give them that percentage damage absorption and stun immunity for seconds. Basically, it's like a shield. You give them a 20, 30, or 40% shield and an immunity to stun for a certain amount of seconds, which increases as you level the ability. Then, you rush into combat, smashing walls and causing damage to a single target. And you cause 4 times more damage if the target is affected by your friction rifle. Now, I haven't quite figured out the affected by your friction rifle part of this ability. Granted, I only really tested it one time, but otherwise, I think it's a pretty cool ability. I mean, you drop a shield on your buddies, plus then you rush in kind of like Grimlock or Optimus Prime and break walls and crash into things and cause damage. And that 4 times more damage, I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but we'll figure it out. Does that mean he's immune to Star Saber? Good question, because that is a stun. A new tracks? No, not at all. It's more of a let's say Monkey Prime or Beast Wars Megatron kind of a thing. If you take Truck and Monkey together, you get Red Alert. Optimus Prime's rush ability, except he doesn't call people, but so I guess more like Grimlock. But the Truck Monkey joke works better. So if you take the Truck and you take the Monkey and you put them together, you get this Red Alert ability. So you call him Monkey Prime too. Okay, cool. So that's kind of what it is. Like I said, I do have him on the test account, so we'll show it off. I don't recall if they showed him in the stream. If they showed the ability in the stream, I think they did. I was kind of half watching while I was working. Yeah, so the official live stream, normally this is the point in my stream where I tell you to go watch them tomorrow, but they already streamed today. So that's cool. So there's no stream tomorrow. It already had, and next week is their normal week off, so they weren't going to be streaming next week anyway. And they did also say in the stream the next scheduled one would normally be on January 2nd, but that one's going to be off as well. So instead of just a 1 week gap, there's actually going to be a 2 week gap with the Transformers Earth Wars official stream. So look for them on January 9th. For the next official Transformers Earth Wars live stream on their Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook channel. But they will likely still be posting some things on at least Facebook, and they've got a Twitter too, at Transformers War is their Twitter handle, and they do post things from time to time. I think they're most actively posting on Facebook. So if you happen to be on that platform, go check them out, and they usually do post some things. They'll post videos of Sunstreaker Waza or Alpha Prime. If I had put up a video and I asked them to share it, they would. It's usually, I mean, you guys know when we're going to be streaming. We're here Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, so on Twitch, and then replays immediately following, if I'm able, on YouTube. Speaking of Twitch, for any of you watching on YouTube and you want to join in live with these fine folks down here, First Monk, K-Man King Draco, Grand Galvatron, Neo Venom, Zerak, Bruticus, Optimus Prime, Big D. If you guys want to join in on the live recording, come on over to twitch.tv/engineerhoist and click the little green, or no, the purple heart follow button or whatever, and we'll see you next time. So let's head on over. Where are we going to go? We're going to play a little bit. Will you take off Christmas Day? Yeah, most likely. So I don't plan to. Yeah, so since we're covering holiday streaming, I do not plan to stream next week. I'm trying to maybe put together a video or something to throw up on that day, so at least you guys still have something to be entertained by. But not sure if it's going to work out, because it's a lot of stuff's happening in between now and then. So what are we doing? We're going to go look at Red Alert, right? So there is Red Alert. If you guys haven't seen him they called this the showroom. I like to think of this as the hangar, because I mean that's right behind him is where the jets and whatnot would fly out. I like to think of this as the hangar or the base. So there he is, looking pretty sharp. Transform him. Now this is definitely one place where he differs from the Siege model. So if we take a look at this. The Siege model does not actually have a spoiler, and you can see how it's kind of got the bars going down in between the windshield and the side window. The Siege version does not actually have that. Otherwise, he's generally right on. So, but you guys have seen that before. Let's go see him in battle.
Autobots, roll out.
That never gets old, does it? Autobots roll out. Okay, so there's all my Beast Wars and Joe stuff, but I've got them queued up on the second screen. I figured it was appropriate to put Red Alert on the squad with the Protectobots, because, I mean, he would fit right in with the Protectobots. There are a bunch of rescue vehicles, police and fire, trucks and ambulances or whatever, and he's a fire chief's car, so it fits. And then he's got his buddy Inferno over there. He would fit perfectly in there too. I don't have a 4-star Ratchet on my test account, otherwise I'd have that Ratchet in there too, because he would fit as well. I suppose I could have brought Prowl in. Don't really need him. Do I have him? I don't actually have Prowl on this one yet. I might have the 4-star somewhere, but he might be a little too low. Yeah, let's bring him in. So there we go. A full squad of Protecto Rescue bots. And we'll go into, let's try Zone 13. This might be a little much. If you guys have seen these test account videos before, I did indeed actually upgrade my scanner to be able to access Zone 13, because I had been doing Zone 12, which was a little bit underpowered for the bots they're giving me. But here we are in Zone 13. Let's see how well that I do. This is actually my first battle going there. Tim, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Twitch fam, Twitch team, Twitchers. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but thank you, and we'll see you in future streams as well. All right, so how do we want to attack this? Wow, it just totally shut down the sound on this while we're deciding. It got really quiet in here. Either that or my headphones cut off, and you guys are still hearing it. Let's just drop them.
Deploy. Attack.
There's the music. See, the thing I don't like about this, and this is part of the strategy, is putting all of the stuff up front. I'm maxed at the abilities, so I'm not actually gaining anything from all of these things that I'm destroying. See, you'd think that it's a bunch of resources, but all of these things, I'm not getting any of these ability points because I've already got the max 35. So these kind of annoy me. I suppose I could send blades in there, so maybe I can at least get these last couple. Okay, so where's Red Alert? When's he going to come in here? Okay, so... Alright, well they destroyed that. Can we drop... Alright, so if we send Red Alert over to this thing, so watch, so you can see... He kind of rushed in there, caused a bit of damage, and they've all got shields now. It's faint shields, but they do actually have them. And that is the best use of work right there. Pop all of the outposts. And then when he gets destroyed, does a nice huge explosion. So you rush Inferno over there, makes everybody do a little bit more damage. Streetwise might actually help Red Alert out here, because slow everybody down, speed him up.
Melodies ready.
They need first aid over there. Oh, we lost somebody. Oh, looks like we lost Rook, we lost Prowl. But I think we're going to manage this okay, because the only thing left is the headquarters. He fires like Hot Rod. Yes, I'm pretty sure I said that last stream. We did learn that he was going to be like the short attack style, not a melee, not a gun or anything like that. I said it was going to be kind of like a Hot Rod or a Cup or whatever. So yeah, and he fires kind of like that. And I think Springer and Astro Train especially, anytime I see Astro Train come attack me, it's just that blinding flash of the purple from Astro Train's guns is always pretty to see, except for that it's damaging my bots. So, but yeah, good looking out there and seeing that he that's his attack style. 35 is the maximum amount of ability points depends on your HQ level. At HQ 16, 35 is the max. If you're 15 or below, it's 30. In fact, I think it actually starts off where your max is only about like 25 or something like that. But I do know it bumps from 30 to 35 when you hit HQ 16. So will the official live stream be on YouTube on January 9th because of the new rules? That's a good question. You'd have to ask them. My guess is they will probably still do it on YouTube as well until they're told that they're not able to. Yeah, the way the new rules work is it kind of it depends on what you each individual person, like me as who owns a YouTube channel. Owns is a bad word, but who runs a YouTube channel, Transformers Earth Wars, they run the YouTube channel. Each person who has a channel has to make the decision for themselves whether to mark their content as for kids or not for kids. If I was just doing the game, I would be more comfortable staying and not marking it for kids, which would still allow the chat and everything to happen. But because I do talk about these guys and show them off, and indeed sometimes I put videos of just the toys completely unrelated to the game, because I do that type of stuff sometimes. That is that makes me think I need to be having it as kids, which means no chat on the live stream. Them being just the game focus, I think they'll be fine. But, you know, as things settle down, we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll be able to do stuff on YouTube again. But honestly, I'm kind of liking Twitch. I do kind of like it. So, because of the new YouTube rules, believe it'll be dead and gone. No, it'll survive. All right, let's get back to the game.
Autobots, roll out.
We'll go back in there, show off Red Alert again. It is Protect the Bot friends. Someone in Alliance has 3 accounts and they are all maxed completely. That is some serious grinding. Serious grinding. Let's go over this way.
Attack.
Okay, let's go ahead and rush him over here to this mortar. We'll also put up a shield on everybody else. And if you notice, there's a shield on the decoy. I don't know if that's intentional and that's going to stay that way, but as of right now, there is indeed a shield on the decoy. Looks like Inferno's about to bite it. Yep. And then Red Alert's trying to, try to rush around to help him, and meanwhile just taking heavy fire. Oh, I gotta rush him over here to this cannon. Can Prowl take that out? Why are you running over there? Oh, did you see how he shot out the thing from a long distance? That must be like the friction rifle. Oh man, I wish there was replay. If you're watching the replay, back it up and go. Look, Red Alert shot out a long distance shot. And I guess that's what that extra bit of the ability was about. If the thing is affected by the friction rifle, it does 4 times damage. So, we deploy Red Alert first to load. Want to see how much things he can destroy? Yeah, I could do that. When it become 35? No, it's been 35 since HQ 16, as far as I know.
Autobots, roll out.
Well, I don't want to put him in Zone 13 by himself. Yeah, HQ 15. Yeah, that's why. Once you hit HQ 16, you'll get to 35. Okay, Red Alert. Okay, you want to see him by himself? Okay, we'll watch him take out these build bots. See there, boom. See, that's the little friction rifle thing. It's almost kind of like Warpath, where he just kind of, you know, throws his arms back and shoots it out. Well, it looks like it comes from his chest, but it's supposed to be like his shoulder cannon. Boom. Oh, that was useful that he hit the wall. Yeah, just keep hitting that wall, dude. Alright, I want to try to run him over this way. Try to avoid hitting that, opening those outposts. Probably gonna pop at least this one. Yep. Oh, and there's another one right over there. Try to run him through, see how much he can handle. I don't think he can handle the Zone 12 by himself. Nope, that was it. Just enough to pop the 3 outposts. That's okay, I think we'll still get this one. Man, those hack abilities on shock towers work perfect. Oh, the reflective shield, I think, took out the shock tower. That was cool. There's no way those little laser turrets are taking out that decoy. Especially not once I send Hotspot up there. There you go. So even after we sacrificed Red Alert all by himself for Bruticus, I think he had a little conflict of interest there being a Decepticon, but we still managed to get the win. Big Bronze Rim, what's going on, buddy? Neo Venom says, I never liked the Dinobot Combiner name. Think Extinction would have been a better name. Yeah, that would have been a cool name. But, you know, I think there was a third-party Dinobot Combiner already out there by that name, perhaps. I might be wrong. Love Blades and Raids, yes. But once I got him at a decent level, I put Blades on my Raid team, and he has been super helpful. Defensor is also pretty darn good in Raids as well.
Autobots, roll out.
When you use Jazz and Blades on the same team, when you use their abilities in an area, it's always destroyed by the time the rest of the team gets there. That's a good combo. You just send Blades in there, cause a little bit of damage, and then you just throw Jazz's Orbital Strike. Yeah, I can see how you can clear that out real quick. Does he morph? As you see back there? I'm not sure what that means, WW. Okay, we've seen this base before. Being a test account, there's not that many to choose from, so...
Deploy.
So you do end up seeing the same base multiple times. Whoa, did you hear that siren? Forgive me if you guys know that. Like I said before, I usually play with the sound off. Not because I don't like the music or the sounds or anything, it's just because I usually have like the TV on, or I'm, you know, at work or something. Where you're not supposed to be playing games. Don't play games at work or at school. Do your job. Do your homework. Oh, we gotta send him somewhere. I totally forgot what I was doing here. I was yelling at myself for but no, seriously, I've been so too busy at work really to even think about playing these games at work. Now, why did you go all the way over there, hotspot? There we go. Oh, Red Alert took a late hit. Did you see that? Oh, does he go invisible while in battle? No. He does. He just gets a shield. Same as everything. Neo Venom's asking, why do some of the bots have different names than when they were in the original cartoon? And Grand Galvatron is pretty much right. Due to the names are no longer available due to copyright issues. Somebody, if that's why you see an Optimus Prime toy every couple of years, because I think it's really more of a trademark than a copyright. Similar kind of rules. But if they don't put out an Optimus Prime toy every so often, somebody else can put out a toy called Optimus Prime other than Hasbro. That's why you always see an at least one Optimus Prime in every line of a Transformers, and you see Bumblebees a lot. Because they're keeping the names, and that's why sometimes you'll see toys called Autobot Jazz or Autobot Ratchet. So in some cases, like I think Ratchet might be one of them, and Jazz too, is you cannot trademark a commonly used name. Like Jazz refers to the music type. They can't trademark that because it's just in common use. But if they call it Autobot Jazz, now it's unique. So sometimes it's because of that. And then Slug is a whole nother issue that's due to a second meaning of his original name. They chose we want to get away from that, so we're going to change his name to Slug, and it will always forevermore be Slug. But generally it's because of copyrights and stuff like that. All right, one more battle with Red Alert.
Autobots, roll out.
And Red Alert and the Rescue Squad. Utah Jazz. Yeah, exactly. You know, but again, they are the Utah Jazz. Not just yes, generally people in the basketball circles call them the Jazz, but they're officially the Utah Jazz. Kind of like he is Autobot Jazz. Two different things. Autobot and Utah are different. But you couldn't call one Jazz and the other Jazz, because now there's also other issues like toys versus basketball team. You can kind of it can be a headache unless you want to be a lawyer. Then you're going to want to learn about it. Otherwise, it's probably best to leave it to other people. They were indeed the New Orleans Jazz. That's why people would be like, Utah Jazz. What? How? How is it they're the Jazz? You know, what does Utah have to do with jazz? There's not a lot of jazz in Utah. It's because they were in the New Orleans Jazz. It's kind of like the Los Angeles Lakers. There's no lakes in Los Angeles. Okay, there's probably a few, but they were the Minneapolis Lakers. So, but then they moved to Los Angeles and just never changed their name. Yeah, it's pretty typical. Los Angeles steals everything good in the NBA. Sorry, I'm still bitter about Shaq from a while ago. I'm a Magic fan, by the way. Not really bitter. I'm over it. But so oh, Spurs fan, Big Bronze Rim over there has been a rough couple years, man. But man, those few years before that, those were some good years over there in San Antonio. Oh, we got a Celtics fan. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I used Red Alert's ability once that time. I think I got bored with that base. Yes, epic seasons, no doubt. I still remember when Magic were this close to getting Tim Duncan, or at least it appeared we were, even though Tim probably had no intention of ever leaving San Antonio. And, you know, in that situation he was in with Popovich over there and all that stuff, he did the right thing staying there. All right. How did this turn into an NBA stream? But that's okay. All right, so there you have it. That is the Transformers Earth Wars for this for this week. And got a little extra long one because we've got the preview of the Red Alert there. We talked about the event that was going on, and I will say also, if you made it this far in the stream, just a reminder, there will be no stream next week, although I might have a video up on YouTube due to the Christmas holiday. I'm going to be spending it with family and other things like that. And so let me go ahead and say it to everybody now. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, or whatever other holiday that you happen to celebrate this time of year, because I think most major religions do have some sort of, or countries have some sort of a holiday. So happy whatever to you. I hope you enjoy your time, and I hope you do well in Transformers Earth Wars. If it's a gift giving holiday, I hope you get all you want. For me, I take care of all of this stuff myself. I generally don't get toys or anything like that for Christmas. I do oftentimes get memorabilia. This actually was a birthday gift, so I don't know if I showed this off on stream before, but I got this for my birthday. I also got a version with Megatron, and I've got last week, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but that was a new shirt as well. And you know, I meant to wear the other shirt that I had. It was kind of like an ugly Christmas shirt, but I forgot that it was that. But maybe I'll wear it at one point. So, but yeah, so that's it. And I think it's time to go ahead and head off. And if you're on Twitch, stick around. We'll hang out for a little bit more. But to everybody on YouTube, I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.